Salvatore Lucania, better known as Lucky Luciano.
Charles Lucky Luciano, godfather of the modern crime syndicate. He organized crime. He became an equal opportunity mob boss.
January 1958, Confidential magazine gave my wife and I the assignment to track down the legendary mob boss, Charles Lucky Luciano, in Naples, Italy. Despite his initial displeasure, Lucky Luciano would eventually agree to an interview. The following was taken from the transcript and relayed to you, word for word, the last interview of Charles Lucky Luciano.
Hey, what's up, guys? I want to take a minute to thank the sponsor of today's video, Aura. Last month, AT&T sent out an email to their customers saying that 7.6 million accounts had been compromised. It was later determined that 73 million current and former customers had personal information leaked on the dark web. We're talking full names, email addresses, phone numbers, date of births, and even social security numbers. This is one example of why you have to protect your personal information. And the best way that I know to do it is with Aura. Aura automatically scans the web for any mention of your private information. And if any is detected, Aura sends a removal request on your behalf to keep your identity safe. Aura provides this and much more for only $12 a month. Compare that to what it will cost you if your identity is stolen. The best part is, you can try Aura for free for 14 days by clicking my link in the description. You won't regret it. Now let's get into the video.
Mr. Luciano, would you like a drink or a cigarette?
My doctor says I can't. No smokes, no liquor. Some tough guy, huh?
Let's get started. Before you were deported from the United States, your prison sentence had been commuted by the state of New York. At that time, there were stories that this was a reward for providing information and contacts that helped Allied forces land in Sicily during World War II. It was said that your help made the invasion and conquest of that island much easier. A great deal of controversy has raged over this since then. Will you set the record straight on this matter now, once and for all?
I didn't do anything. Some government representatives came to see me while I was in the penitentiary. They asked me for information, stuff about Sicily, and the names of friends or relatives who'd helped the American Army and Navy before and after the soldiers got ashore. Hell, I left Sicily when I was 6 years old. I couldn't be much help. I'll tell you the inside story, though. The whole Sicily invasion deal was made easy by the Masons. There's a big Masonic organization down there. Even though most people don't know it, the Masons, they're the guys who did the work.
Then why was your sentence commuted?
I'd rather not talk about it.
It's generally believed that you left the States with a fortune and that you've got millions of dollars stashed away. What can you tell us about your finances?
I landed in Italy with $25,000. I got some more money after that. Friends brought it over to me. And don't ask who they were. What dough I had, I used to get my businesses started. Now I make out pretty good. I'm fixed okay, but I'm not rich by a hell of a shot. I'm still a long way from having just $1 million.
What about the charge heard in the States that you were involved in smuggling automobiles and engaged in illicit financial transactions in Italy?
A friend of mine brought a 1948 Oldsmobile to Italy. When he went back home, he left the car with me, and I applied for an Italian permit to keep the car, to naturalize it. The papers got held up. Before they went through, the Italian police discovered I was using an American car that was still registered to an American. They didn't like the idea, but they let me keep the Olds. That got blown up into a smuggling story.
And the money deals?
Yeah, I was involved in shady money deals. Just the same way any tourist who came over here in the 1940s and even up to 51 and 52. I changed my dough on the streets. I didn't go to the banks where they were given official rates of exchange for dollars. I found the guys in the hotel lobbies and cafes who gave you what the dollar was really worth in lira. That got back to America, and the next thing I knew, I was being called a big-time international money juggler.
You sound bitter about the American press.
Look, I'm not bitter. I'm just tired of reading crackpot yarns about myself, like the ones that have me running all over Italy with ex-cons as bodyguards. Characters you writers say pack shoulder holsters and Tommy guns. My God. Anybody walking down the street with me and carrying so much as a water pistol would be nailed by the Italian cops. You can't pack a gun in Italy. And I'm one guy they're always watching. That's the kind of stuff that makes me leery of you writers.
Every now and then, a story pops up that you're involved in narcotics rackets.
Sure, and I tried to burn down the White House and hit bombs in the Empire State Building. You people don't think. They've got laws, all kinds of laws here in Italy. Can you see a guy with my record getting away with anything? The local police, U.S. narcotics agents, Interpol, and God only knows who else, all work on dope cases. Do you think I'd be out running around loose if I was mixed up with any of that stuff? I'm lucky Luciano. They'd have me in the can the minute they had anything more than a pipe dream to go on.
Senator Estes Kefauver claimed that you're still involved in the rackets.
Nuts. Kefauver was out to make headlines and a big name for himself.
Then you don't think Senate investigations do any good?
I didn't say that. Some investigations are plain ballyhoo. The people who run them are looking for free publicity. They don't care who they hit or what they say. Some are pretty good, like the one they've been running on the labor unions. It's about time somebody cleaned that racket up.
You mean there are good rackets and bad rackets?
Don't try and play hotshot cross-examiner with me, huh? I've been in front of some of the best. All I said was that labor rackets should be cleaned up. The little guy, the working guy, is the one who gets hurt by them.
How do you feel towards other investigative agencies? The Federal Bureau of Investigations, for example.
The FBI? Are you kidding? Those boys know what they're doing. That's one bunch you can't get to. Nobody can. They're the best cops and they're level.
Would you say there are other cops you could or can get to?
Let's drop it, huh?
Okay, suppose we take up another subject. How many deportees, men in the same boat as yourself, would you say there are in Italy?
I don't know exactly. About 600 maybe.
How are they making out?
Lousy. Most of them got over here without a dime. Lots of them don't even know how to talk Italian. They'd gone to America when they were just kids.
I know there are about 2 million unemployed in Italy. Do these deportees have jobs?
No, they don't have any trades or professions. Some of them try and pick up a few bucks here and there during the tourist season, showing Americans around. A lot of them left their wives and families in the States. Here, their own relatives won't even talk to them because they're ex-cons and broke.
Do you have much contact with these deportees?
Sure, they look me up. They always figure I'm good for a few hundred lira. Or a meal. They've got no one else to ask for help. They know I'm here, and that I've at least got a business, so they come around.
Did you know these men in America?
I never saw most of them before in my life, but they've heard about me. I'm not hard to find. You discovered that yourself.
How has Italy treated you? Or to put it another way, how do you personally find things here?
I said I was doing okay. I've got a lot of friends, and that way, I'm really rich. I don't hurt nobody, and not many people go out of their way to hurt me anymore. I had to get used to the European way of living and doing business. That was tough. Things are done a lot different here from the way they're done in the States, Everything moves a lot slower. I had to get used to it.
What's your view on the situation in the United States, politically, first of all?
Oh, brother. Don't figure me for an answer one way or another on that one.
How about from an economic standpoint?
All I know is what I read in here. I don't do any export business. It looks like everybody's got dough, and things are rolling pretty well.
All right then, let's go out on a limb. What's your opinion on the present-day American wave of juvenile delinquency and crime?
Those punks are crazy. They think they're tough, but they're just cheap punks. The yellow little couldn't be tough if they tried. I was reading where they're ganging up and killing cripples and old men, and even where 10 and 11-year-old kids are at it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much true. But what do you think is the cause? What can be done to stop it?
I know a lot about kids who mess up. I've seen enough of them, God knows. A lot of people blame it on parents and schools. Not me. I blame it all on movies and television. Not all, maybe, but most of it. Movies and TV make big dough, glorifying tough crime. Sure, I know the boys in the business claim it's all with immoral, but they don't believe it themselves. They show murders and robberies, and the real hero, the ham who gets all the attention, is the strong-arm jerk, the torpedo. It's been like that for years and keeps getting worse. I've seen hundreds, maybe thousands of kids go really bad. I'll stick anything you want. Most of them got their ideas from movies and television shows. Hell, a kid can learn how to torture his sister or knock off his old man by going to the movies. Stop glorifying the tough monkey and the bird who carries a knife or a gun, and your juvenile trouble will take a nosedive and nothing flat.
Then you really blame teenage crime on Hollywood and TV?
You're damn right I do. I blame it on blood and guts and crime movies and all that stuff. If anyone should know about what makes kids turn sour, I guess I should.
I meant to ask you this earlier, going back to the guys who were deported. Do you think any of them might go to work on goon squads for the Italian communists?
That's a laugh. No, I don't. Whatever these guys are, they're all pretty strong for free enterprise. I never heard of anyone going communist.
What do you think of their future and yours will be in Italy?
They'll get along, I guess. I know I will.
Is there anything you'd like to say in addition to what we've gone over?
Yeah, I've given you a straight interview with straight answers, and I'd like to see it printed that way.